But I am so grateful to get an opportunity to talk to you about how the teachings of science of mind and this community has totally transformed my life. And you know, when I was asked to do this talk, I had a whole different idea of what I was going to talk about, because this week happened. And it's been a heck of a week, hasn't it? And what I realized is that this is absolutely perfect, as God is always perfect, because it is because of these teachings and this spiritual community that I have been able to steady myself during a very rocky time. And I'm so grateful for that. You see, when I came here several years ago, I felt very broken, and I was a very fearful person. I was early in my recovery from an addiction, and the longer I was clean and sober, actually the more fearful I became. Because you see, my life had been a series, my life path had been a series of great successes and great failures, of recovery and relapse. And I really looked at myself and my life like I did good things and I did bad things. I had successful moments, I had unsuccessful moments. I was a mistake, and I was doing things right. And then I met Reverend Sharon. Who here has been loved up by Reverend Sharon Ramey? Is that amazing? Is her love a powerful thing? I know she's not here right now, but let's give her a big hand, because she is an amazing woman. And what she taught me was that there is only one life and there's only one Makena, that there is only one path, and that I can never be separated from that path. I can never be separated from God. There's nothing that I can do to live outside the love of God. And I can never be off my path, that it was all my path. And when I grew my business and I was faced with the quandary of really having this inner desire of wanting to double my business, and yet always still being available for the still suffering alcoholic, I was at another crossroads, because I didn't know how to do that. But what I learned from Sharon is that God knows how to do that. And I didn't need to know how to do that. You see, it is not required of God for me to sacrifice being financially successful and being available to help others. God would never require that of me. Both are good. And so when I decided to just let God figure it out, since that time my business has tripled. And we have started the recovery ministry here, and I've got to be a blessed part of that. You know, we have 2 monthly meetings where we do New Thought and the blending of science of mind and 12-step recovery. And then we have 5 weekly 12-step meetings here. We help more people. I get to beat more people, and my business gets to thrive. And so what I know is true is that God would not require that we have to choose between being fiscally responsible and all thriving our economy and being able to help people with health care. I know God would not have us choose to be safe and not open our doors to people who are refugees. God would not require that of me. That is not the way God is. And so I am so grateful that I have this teaching to study me this week and to know the truth and to be inspired. And as I became more steady in that, I was looking around and I saw a lot of God. I've seen people been inspired to start new ministries. I've seen people come together in love and speak more love than I have seen had the election turn out a different way. And so I am grateful. I am grateful that I know that we are on the one path, that there is only one path, and that we're it. And so I am so grateful to all of you guys for my sobriety and for my life and for the teachings of this church and being my community. Thank you so much.